No, can't do that.
But I'll move it out of your way anyway. I'll put it up there.
Okay, maybe not.
When are you supposed to drink it? Sorry, sir. When are we supposed to drink these? At any time?
Yeah. Can I have one?
Can I have one?
No. Thank you.
Oh wow, that is awesome.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.
I like this straws.
What are these little things at the bottom? Bottles.
Bubble.
Oh.
No, but what actually are they like? They're
Like
blue.
jelly?
The tea is great.
Yeah.
You put it up? These bubbles
Yeah.
are interesting.
They're all...
I know what you mean.
It's
Interesting.
very like
No?
they're very like chewy.
Yeah.
It looks like, you know, the eggs of the frog. No? Eggs of the frog.
Oh yeah, it looks like.
Looks
So can you help me with it?
Yeah.
Where's
Right.
the iPad?
Bob, you should start because you're hosting.
Where's the iPad?
Sorry, I don't know.
Oh, you
So,
didn't leave it?
Fanny?
You didn't leave it? No?
Right now it's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
If we need more battery, then we still could.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Can we eat?
Yeah. Go
Go
ahead.
There, please.
This one's for you.
Haven't eaten nights.
Kind of cool. Thank you.
Knife, fork, or spoon? Or do you use your hands and eat it?
Normally my mom only lets me have the food. Yeah, and a knife and a fork, please.
Like being or is it for us?
Yes.
Bitte.
Only German now too.
Which one?
Yes.
Oh, you've got chopsticks.
No, I'm going to my mind.
How do you hold chopsticks?
All that chopsticks.
Do you use
I use this one way.
Anybody needs?
But can you eat?
I can
something
choose.
like
Anybody
that?
needs more forks?
The opposite.
No, a knife would not.
Yeah.
Take a knife.
Is that all you can eat?
I put, I think I put.
So your family would just always teach you to eat with chopsticks?
And we only use chopsticks and the spoon.
Is it
completely new chopsticks or no?
So, but is it like you're not used to eating with a knife and fork? So it's like difficult then for you, so the same for us, like using chopsticks? Or would you say you're better than?
And
Quite
not really close.
Okay.
I can't do it.
That one's fun.
Right, I don't know.
Monica, you start
What?
to eat.
I've
Should we
already
just all take some food? I can have one of these.
Yeah, just go ahead.
That one's German.
With
Yeah, the sausages and here, this is called sauerkraut. This is like fermented cabbage, so it's like sour. And yeah, this is we got this is the vegetarian version, and there are some meat pieces in here. And you eat together with sausage, and then you use mustard.
Can I just check one thing? You know those German sausages
Yeah.
and this English mustard?
Yeah.
So
That's why it works so well.
doesn't matter.
I couldn't find German mustard here. Sorry. And these are also like, especially for people living abroad, because my mom brought them to me. Because they were like in vacuum, so that they last longer. And yeah, it's a very difficult thing. And especially for tourists, because like all in the package is English. It tells the story of the it tells the story of the bratwurst from Nuremberg.
Okay.
Because that's my hometown, but these are special. It's not typical German bratwurst,
Yeah.
because they're smaller than the typical ones.
This one's spicy.
And the story
Kind
is
of
that they were
spicy.
supposed to fit through a keyhole of the door. Because after when like the restaurant was closed, then you could still order the keyhole.
Really?
And you could deal with
Oh.
yeah, that's the
That's
story behind it.
interesting.
One more?
I can't tell you the history of my
Yeah.
chicken and mushroom.
Yeah.
You like it?
It's really good.
Thank you.
Spicy one.
This looks awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah? You like it?
Amazing.
I'm glad.
Does anybody have some of this?
No, that's less spicy is more spicy, so.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to.
Does anybody want a less spicy one?
I need
So nice.
one
Yeah, yeah.
more.
Sorry.
For that.
That's rice.
Here's the spicy
With the
version.
rice.
So can you eat rice with chopsticks as well?
Yes.
Wow. Even I can eat rice.
With chopsticks?
I improved so much at the month I worked in the Chinese restaurant.
It's less spicy. India we put a lot of spice in this.
I can't believe it. My mind has been blown.
Anyone want more?
We seriously
Sure.
got
Oh, this is so good. This is so good.
You have try this.
Yeah.
Try this.
So
I usually have that with that. Yes.
Thanks. Is this for the rice?
Take more. Yeah, more.
This one, oh,
It is
less
spicy.
this one.
Yeah, I need to. I'm ready to put my back in. I think that's that.
You want more? Cottage cheese?
No, it's okay. I'm trying like try everything and then I will switch to repeat.
What's it?
It's
Is,
a spicy one.
Yes. This one.
is your whole
And
family
this is the sauce.
vegetarian?
Yeah.
Put on the rice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is your whole family vegetarian?
Yeah.
Yeah? But it's because of religion or?
Yeah, religion.
Yeah, your turn.
In a religion, if you have chicken, like you're killing an animal. And that's why.
But it's not because you believe that every person after they die are reborn as animals? Or
Reincarnation?
No, no, not
no? Okay, all right.
It's just that if you hurt an animal or if you kill an animal, that's like we have, or like there's like a religious law in America.
Okay.
Like we have books.
Mhm.
And that if you kill an animal, that's wrong.
But is it Hinduism?
Yeah,
Or-
Hinduism.
Okay.
You have Hinduism, you have Jainism, you have many culture.
Sikh.
So you never make like animal sacrifices or anything
No, no,
like
no,
that?
never.
No. So I don't know. Is it common then for a family to have pets or to have animals?
We can have pets, that's not wrong.
Yeah,
If you hurt them, it's wrong, sorry.
but you just can't hurt them. Yeah.
And this is then the special role of a cow, or is it just
No,
stereotype?
yeah, cow is
A cow
special.
is
Cow is like the, okay, that's funny, but okay. In a religion, they say cow is your mother.
Mhm.
Mother.
So it's like the most sacred.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what if somebody hurt a cow?
Oh, you can hurt that, no, no. But that's like religion.
That's odd, by the way.
This is it's really nice though.
It's really amazing.
Yeah, the sausages are really nice.
May I have sausage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that veg?
This one.
I shall try.
But I will eat it. It's a shame. Because you
Yeah.
have to boil and eat after.
Okay.
Sorry.
Any more questions, please?
That's okay.
You like it? Because they have more than animals. They have more than a lot of.
This is
I'll
all
have the
nice.
sausage.
You
Alright.
want rice?
I have
I was trying to eat this the whole time.
I think she's eating rice.
Yeah, I already had mine. It's so good. You need to give me the recipe for that. That is amazing.
Indian food is like
Yeah.
the best food.
Have you ever been in
No offense to like
Bundabus?
Chinese. Chinese is still really good. But,
Bundabus? We have only vegetarian street Indian food.
What is it?
Chicken.
It's very close to street. You know where is Yates and Griffin?
Yeah.
So there in the small street.
which one?
Yeah.
I've been
Bundabus.
Bandobas. Okay, okay, okay. India we pronounce it bandobas.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Indian Haravadu.
Yeah.
It's amazing, I know.
Yeah.
In Indian food, like you have pav bhaji. Have you heard about Anand sweets in India? Anand sweets.
No.
You need to go there if you want to have like real Indian food.
What's it called?
Anand sweets.
Where is it?
I
It's
don't
in
know
the
exact
north street.
position.
It's the vegetarian, the best restaurant in UK.
Kind of,
Yeah.
kind of.
It's on
In
the
Leeds.
north street.
Yeah, in
No
Leeds.
one is Brigade and then north street and you cross the
In Leeds.
yeah. It's
There's a
amazing.
place called Haravadu.
That I've been. That was so
That,
great.
the South Indian
The
food.
South Indian food.
That's like the Kerala cuisine.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Really? I've never heard of this place.
It's near the Bandobast near the station, train station.
Yeah.
It's very close,
Yeah.
like next to my work. Literally in front of my work.
Is it? And it's just South Indian food.
Yeah.
South Indian and another one is street Indian. And then
Yeah.
all vegetarian. It's really nice.
You know? Is it cheap? Or
Yeah,
pricey?
it's quite cheap.
So like 10 pounds.
That's not bad.
Like in India, you even have street food. For
Yeah.
example, there are many people who have stalls on the street and they sell food.
Yeah.
And like I haven't seen in UK like.
Same in Thailand.
Yeah.
And that's like really amazing. Try that whenever you go to India.
Really? In Thailand, they have them with like scorpions, have like and cockroaches.
Yeah,
Mostly for the
yeah.
tourists.
Okay, we have to try this one.
Tourists.
You find them cows on road.
Yeah.
So, we have to try this one when it's warm, you know, because it's only...
No, I don't want that.
God!
Just insulting.
Those English people,
Yeah, like.
so mean to
I
Europeans.
can't do it. Okay.
Just try. If you don't like it, for it.
No, I will like it.
No, the problem is you see, when they boil them, they just like pasta, they just get together.
Bob's throwing this on the floor.
I don't want it. Sorry.
Oh, that's good, Monica.
But it's nicer when it's just warm.
Yeah.
It looks like Chinese dumplings.
Yeah.
Mm.
Your eyes.
Did you try it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the meat
Yeah.
one?
Is it the
Yeah.
No, it's
Mushroom?
mushrooms and potatoes, but like mashed everything.
What sauce do we put with this?
Normally we put sour cream, but it's, in Lithuania it's a bit more tasty.
So it's like your traditional food, or you just...
Yeah, it's very traditional.
Some do you change?
What is it called?
Bashketi. Bashketi.
Lunch.
No, virtinukai. Virtinukai, yeah, you can say virtinukai. No, that's not anything. Did you know that Lithuanians, like Baltic tribes, Baltic tribes, they were created like Indians came on there? Really? Yeah, Indians came were the Baltic tribes, you know, like us and Latvians. Our language is one of the oldest in the Europe. It's very close to the Sanskrit. So actually, like Indians, like part of Indians came there, and this is how we became like Baltic tribes.
Okay.
Yeah, and nobody knows that because we were
Sanskrit
small.
is like a very religious language in India.
Which is Sanskrit.
Sanskrit.
Yeah.
In India you have like hundreds of languages.
Yeah, you have a lot. Isn't
But Hindi is a like national language. Every state in India has their own language.
Okay. But isn't English like the most widely spoken language in India?
In the metropolitan cities, when
Okay.
like your villages and your small cities, the people speak the state language or Hindi.
Oh, I have one question.
Yeah.
You say yes and like...
Yeah, that's common. Yes or
What
no.
is
That's common. Even I also don't know.
I saw a documentary about
Like
that.
if you ask a question, I'm like, this is common.
Making people confused.
No, we're used to this.
Okay.
I saw a documentary about this phenomenon. Then it was like, then if you do it like that, then you're not. No one will say, yeah, you said yes or you said no. It's like, yeah. So you're like, oh wait, so yeah. Maybe I said yes, maybe I said no. I don't know.
So how do you agree with someone?
How do you
How do you like agree? Do you
How do you greet someone?
do you agree? How do you say yes? Like, do you,
See, this is used to this.
that's right.
But it's better.
But yes is like this, no is like this.
Okay, so no is very clear.
Because in Romania they do vice versa, on Bulgaria. They do
Yeah.
vice versa. Yes and no.
Huh?
This for sure. Yeah,
Really?
That was horrible. Yeah. Never understand.
How do you call someone to you? Would you say like that or like that? Because like,
It depends.
because in some Asian countries, people were saying, yeah, follow me, and they were doing like that.
No, in India is like, come here,
Okay.
let's go, like, get up.
Okay. I gotta say.
This is very nice. What is this cooked in?
Is that veg?
No, I
Cooked in
think
like crispy
Yeah.
breadcrumbs.
Garlic,
thing.
soy sauce.
Anyone
And it's just
want more?
like chicken.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really
Try
nice.
with that. Try with that.
So this one is good. This one is a bit like sweet-ish. It's not sweet, but it's like, this one's so sour. Just try it.
You know, in Romania, in Lithuania, do you still have like a big sort of Russian influence?
No. Like, the sad thing that the most Russians are in the capital. You know, if you go to my city, it's 7 biggest
Which
city.
is called Vilnius.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one. But there was like, there is no Russians in my city, and that's why I speak very poor Russian. But like in the capital, it's like only Polish and Russian people live. And it's a bit shame because sometimes Europeans come to visit Lithuania and obviously go to Vilnius and then they think, oh, it's only Russians in your country, which is not true.
Mm.
We have the least Russian comparing to Estonia or Latvia.
Yeah.
The least Russian population in the country.
Are you happy about that?
I'm a bit indifferent, you see.
Okay, so you don't have like any problems with choosing the
No,
Russians
no.
in Lithuania, yeah?
I don't like, for example, that they don't speak Lithuanian to you. In Lithuania, if you go to the capital, like I always
Okay.
have, they pretend that they can't speak even though they do speak Lithuanian, but they just speak Russian.
Okay.
So I think this is a bit disrespectful because they live there, they have the passports, Lithuanian passports.
But then, I don't know, is it not sort of quite intimidating that they're so close and they just sort of, like what they're doing in Ukraine at the moment is just outrageous.
Yeah.
Hi, who do you know? Hi, and then,
Anybody wants to try? Just try.
I will try. May I have the Thai egg chili?
Be careful.
Yeah.
It's hard to move.
But
Okay.
be careful.
Yes, perfect.
Be careful with the bubble teas. Yeah.
Oh. You be careful.
it's your hand.
Okay.
Because that's only
Oh,
That's a Russia and
Seriously?
Ukraine thing.
I said it.
Yeah.
Let me help you.
But
Yeah.
they have
actually,
huge
it's-
influence.
I keep
It's
it.
you just put it on.
Russian influence.
Okay, done that.
Really?
You didn't try that.
And actually, it's quite
And chili.
You need to try that with that.
Oh, just put it together.
I did.
Yeah. You want something too? I'll try. Anyone wants?
I need to put it
Okay.
up. Right.
Yeah, Pablo.
We're going to gas.
So yeah,
Is there
make
probably
this.
Ukraine after accident by Is there probably Ukraine?
It's always was a problem, you know.
I think they
You want a split?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
it's-
Ukraine, it's Russians.
Nothing.
Or like Ukraine superiors because they are quite corrupt and
Thank you, yeah.
they get money from Russia to have them there. It's quite, I think it's quite strange. But
You?
Oh. Yeah. You know that the Lithuanian president is a woman? It was elected twice in a row. Yeah. And she's really very anti-Putin. She's really always like, she's always like, oh, the Putin is crazy, so she's very, very anti-Putin, but we always make fun that she should be a bit calmer because, you know,
Because
crazy.
Exactly.
In Russia, I love them though. Like, isn't he like a sort of god in Russia?
For some
You know,
people,
like
it's
the
very
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been to India.
Yeah, you need to have.
and for some people, because it's like,
Just the right hand, right?
I don't know if I mentioned that.
Depends on left or
They
right.
have
Indian, you can use both hands.
history books where it's written that Lithuania is Russia. And it's
Really?
just, yeah.
Which
like,
is a shame.
Which is not true. Like,
Spicy one?
we have like our own language, but they actually say that no, it's just, you know, it's just by mistake they are independent for the moment, but they are Russians. So it means that only like the children already starting
India will have a lot of tea.
into their mind that they are like, oh, it's
Yeah.
Lithuanians.
As if like,
Oh,
Yeah, it's like that kind of
It don't
brainwashing, you know.
you don't put
That's really,
anything in.
really odd.
Both. Like we have tea, sugar, milk and water.
Okay.
from our point of view,
And like they have a lot of tea, like 4 to 5 times a day.
isn't it really? Somebody needs to like put a foot down, but then
Try that.
what happens then? Probably
You know how to eat?
like,
Like that.
which isn't what you want.
And you try that.
Is that
I also want to eat
chapati?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try some of that.
This one I just showed you. Sorry.
Mr. German, can you put a little bit of those chicken cucumber,
Oh.
please?
Yes.
Sorry, tell me.
Miss left.
Give me the cottage cheese.
With the cottage cheese in China, so there's Sunday and Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah? So you wouldn't work if you got the Monday to Friday, you got your job, and then you get your day off, so the weekend, or would you work on Saturday?
The law said we should have the weekend, but sometimes you know the pressure from your boss. And
Okay, but in general, there is like a weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they do that,
8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
If you work on the weekend, you can get more pay.
Okay, so this is an extra pay then?
Yeah,
Okay.
like double.
Alright.
The extra work maybe is twice as the week than many times. So many times I have extra work. Like my father, maybe he will just work a week. Yes. Yes, the whole week. The whole week. Always wake up at 7 o'clock and come back at 9 o'clock. It's Europe.
And sometimes if you want to get promoted,
Okay.
You gotta do it.
Yeah,
okay.
What about UK? You only 5 days a week? Like in Germany or
Yeah, it's actually, yeah, five days a week.
in India, you're only one day holiday. That's on Sunday.
Okay.
And you have to go 6 days a week.
Yeah, but it's also different in Germany than in England.
Okay.
Because in Germany on a Sunday everything is closed except
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
gas stations and hospitals and all that.
Yeah.
Like no supermarket is open, nothing.
even in Berlin, for example.
Yeah, even though. But
Really?
yeah. I mean, you would get like small shops where you can buy cigarettes and beer and maybe like bread, but in general,
Really?
on Sunday supermarkets are not allowed to open.
No, that's very different.
I think it's like the Christian heritage. Sunday is God's day.
But
so
we had that, but like changed.
Yeah, so we
Changed a
found
lot in the past 10 years. We had the same. Everything was closed on Sunday.
Yeah. No, the thing is, Germany, most parts is like, no, it depends on where you are, but most like this is Catholic influence. Like, rather because the Protestants in England, they just don't.
But you're Catholic?
No, I'm not a Christian.
Yeah, you're not. But you're German is Catholic.
It depends on where you are. The south, Catholic south, and then the west, like.
Or Orthodox.
No, the north, the east is mainly Protestant.
Protestant.
Yeah, but Germany is like mainly Protestant, but the south and the parts of the west are Catholic.
But do you say Germany is mainly due to it?
Yeah.
So when you have Christmas down the 24th?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same with my girlfriend in Finland. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so the main like
24th
Christmas, the evening of the 24th, that's our Christmas evening.
Yeah.
And then you still have like the 25th and 26th, it's like they're just extra holidays, and that's not
Yeah.
Christmas.
But morning, 25th morning.
That's American, right? Oh, okay.
It's when it's like Christmas Eve and morning as well as the morning. Because normally you go to the church and then you have like Christmas lunch. Because we don't eat meat in the evening, we can't eat meat.
Fish?
Why?
Just fish or anything
Yeah.
vegetarian. So then in the morning we eat a lot of meat. And actually we eat these things.
Sauerkraut.
Yeah.
We have started cabbage as well in the
Yeah.
northern part of China,
Okay.
and so we use it to make dumplings as well. Dumplings,
Oh, okay.
so sometimes.
Oh,
Is it quite similar to this? Oh, sorry, this is probably really hot, so be careful.
I like the
Put
taste.
there.
Yeah, this sort of looks more like Chinese food than
Yeah,
Lithuanian.
it's like Chinese dumplings.
There's,
But this one, that one with meat, yeah. These ones are with meat.
this one is for me. Did I have the one on me earlier?
Maybe I will eat it. If you want, I will eat it.
I'll have some more in a second. I still haven't eaten yours.
yeah. Could you hand me over that sauce?
Oh no, is that yours?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I haven't eaten that.
This sauce.
I really love it.
I still want to. Oh, you can eat it. Oh, I can't eat it. I can't eat it.
And then what do we got?
Anyone for biryani?
Yeah, after this.
I'm already full. Yeah.
Yeah, me
I
too.
need to eat food now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like enjoying. Sauerkraut. So what about Thailand? When do you have Christmas?
Yeah, in summer, on the beach.
In Thailand.
Like your main holidays, what would that be?
Is the Songkran day, you know? Is everyone will put the water
Oh,
to
like water.
paying water because it's very hot at that month.
Yeah.
It's April. Yeah, it's very hot. I think it's quite popular for the people. For the people.
Is it like
So
in
what do you do exactly?
Yeah, it's a new year of Thailand.
Really? In
So
April?
we have two New Year's Day. It's a real New Year's Day as everyone. First, and 13 April. Yeah.
So, which year is it? Like according to the Thai calendar right now?
You can pass 5, 4, 3 to the Christmas year. To the Christian year.
For 5 years.
Yeah, it's okay.
4, 3.
5 is positive. Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
I'm not sure now.
And when did they start the calendar? What was like the event causing the calendar to start?
It's beginning you know the Buddha?
Yeah.
It doesn't have the
There's the birth of Buddha.
the birth of the Buddha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the same calendar.
So we have the same calendar.
Yeah, you guys have two calendars.
2000
I don't know the exact. The Hindu calendar. I haven't saw the calendar before.
Okay. So the Hindu calendar is also according to the Buddhist.
I'm not that sure.
Okay.
Which year now in Thailand? By the Buddhist calendar?
2158.
Yeah,
Oh,
258.
Should I do that? If I go like this. Shit. Whoops, didn't swear. Is that okay? Shall I pass it around? Does anybody want any chicken?
I already had one, but I needed a break. Right. I need to watch my mother.
No? Anybody else? Right.
Nice.
You want that?
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. So do you practice Buddhism in Thailand? Like do you, like in order to be, correct me if I'm wrong, which I am, but in order to like practice Buddhism, you have like the monasteries and everything. But is that the
I do
same?
for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought you sort of had to take yourself away from society, or is that one time?
You're a monk, right?
Is that just a Buddhist monk? So,
Do you close yourself to the monastery? So when you go and live in this big building and
Like no outside world, like they don't see the monastery.
yeah. Like nuns, you know?
yeah. Is it just one? Is that just essentially one type of Buddhism?
In Thailand, it's many
Yeah, Buddhism.
Buddhism, but only one. And you know, Buddhism have many type. Japanese style.
Yeah, the Tibetan, the Lamaism.
I
No, no, no.
Yeah.
I don't know the.
Yeah, the name. Yeah.
Sorry.
But do you go to like something like church or
Not sure. It's temple.
Temple.
temple?
Temple.
But how often would you go there?
Oh, not quite.
But maybe like Monica, once a year Christmas.
More often. Come on, I have been like last time. So if you are practicing, how often you should go?
It depends on your feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Okay. How often are you supposed to go if you like take it very seriously?
This.
not my
Okay.
that's when I feel very bad.
Okay.
When I feel there's something bad.
No.
Really?
Where's it from?
Because like in Christianity this morning, it's actually go be
Really?
grateful.
I think
Like
Coca-Cola.
say thank you.
At least, I mean, if you're really practicing Christ, you should go once a week, Sunday.
Because
Sunday. And then you got all these holidays, Easter,
Yeah.
Christmas.
What exactly do we Easter? I don't know what we do.
First, like they celebrate actually, but this is like Easter Friday. That's like the crucifixion of Christ. So that's when Christ died, when Jesus died. And then you got 3 days later was the resurrection. He came back.
Yeah. We used to.
Sorry. And then that's like the most happiest day and the most important holiday.
Yeah,
It's not Christmas, it's actually Easter. It's actually Easter. So that you celebrate the wonder.
So why do you get a month, like 30 days holiday for that? Easter break is like 30 days?
Here.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
just here.
It's just here.
No, in India also, like my cover is Christ College. So we got 20 days holiday for that, right?
Seriously?
So, yeah. Like what's
For Lent.
No, it's just here.
Is that not Lent though?
20 days, right?
But Lent is like next week. Do you have like Shrove Tuesday? No, you don't have Shrove Tuesday. But there's like there's a festival, like one of the festivals in the Christian calendar is Shrove Tuesday, which is on February the 12th. So like next week. And then traditionally you get rid of like all the old food,
Okay.
and then you're supposed to like fast
Yeah.
for
And this
40
is
days.
and this is in
40
connection.
days?
Yeah.
But this is in
And
connection
then
with the carnival.
after that is Easter.
That's the connection with the carnival.
Is it?
Yeah, because like Wednesday after the day, it's the last day of carnival, and after carnival you're supposed to
Ash Wednesday.
fast. Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're supposed to fast for 40 days.
Until like,
Because
Till Good
you've been
Friday.
celebrating a week before.
really?
Yeah, that's what, at least what they do in like Western Germany, or
So I think-
Cologne, or in Brazil, or in Nantes.
See, how we do it is like, after Ash Wednesday then maybe,
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to fast until Good Friday, which is the Friday before Easter Sunday, which is when Jesus was reborn. Apparently.
Monday.
I don't know.
I think Friday. And it took him 3 days to come back. Yeah.
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 I have a question. All of you only believe in one religion?
Yeah.
For me, it's me. I worship the Buddhist and Chinese Buddhist. You know, two.
Two gods. Okay, you
Yeah.
believe two
Is that
gods.
two separate gods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Is that normal? Is that normal? Is that like, is that what most people do in your culture?
Yeah, yeah.
In India, you pray many
Because
gods.
it's
Different gods.
so many half Chinese and half Thai.
But this
So I
Buddha.
Yeah. Many Chinese temple in China.
I think this is the problem with Christianity because
go every
kind of you have to.
We're stubborn idiots. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
but-
sorry.
But it's like it's the only God. But it's the same with Allah, you know. But it's not the same.
Yeah, in Judaism, all this Abraham, what's the term?
Yeah.
All these religions,
Yeah, they're
But then
very.
Abraham heritage.
Yeah.
Which actually, I think that everyone is saying that. Yeah.
If you look into like historically, isn't in the Quran like Jesus is a prophet and
And Noah is also.
Noah is a prophet, so they're almost like interlinked at some point. But I don't know. It's
No, but it's like who came last, the first.
yeah. At least in
You should have joined us. Eating here, your food looked up. So maybe show to the camera. You should have joined us.
Oh, it's just not that good.
It looks good. Sorry.
I think what I was going to say is that I think in like
No,
modern
you
day.
want this spot.
Was it? Okay, I'll eat some. In like, for a lot of people that I know at least, a lot of like my friends who are my age, in our society here in the UK, religion is like frowned upon for being like a source of conflict, or at least in like my friendship group, because historically it's been the source of like so many wars and things. And you can see where they're coming from, but then for other people, it's a source of like hope and a reason to live, isn't it? So it just depends at which point you look at it from.
Yeah, and the thing is, it doesn't really matter in what God you believe or in
Yeah.
how many gods or whatever. I think the thing is, yeah, I think that really doesn't matter. I think religion is supposed to give you hope and to give you like home and to actually every religion says be a good person and respect
Yeah,
others.
it's
That's what every religion
Every
says,
religion says.
and that's why I really don't get why there's so many religious wars out there, because every single religion says don't kill, don't whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like be a good person and love everyone else around you as
Like treat another person as you treat
Yeah.
yourself.
yeah, right. And this is, but the thing is though, we like same in Western Europe, we especially the younger generation has a problem with religion, because we see what
It's
happens
the media as well.
in the name of religion right
Yeah.
now, and you have
Because
all this
people
conflict
just kind of-
everywhere.
Capitalize.
So there's
Yeah.
still some religions that they use the people's belief to earn money.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, this
That,
is
that exactly happens in India.
Yeah.
yeah.
That exactly happens
Yeah,
in
but for
India.
example, even like Christianity, you know, like the how you say, the priest, he can't have a family. Like,
Yeah, the Catholic.
The Catholic,
In
yeah.
Christianity.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know why it
The
happened?
Catholic.
You know why it happened? Since the church, like in the Middle Ages, it was the most rich, like kind of institution.
Yeah.
So since if they have a family, the family should inherit something. So they just made a law.
So in the
This is
States,
the
so
reason
it
behind
belongs to the
Yeah.
correct church.
This is the
This is
reason.
why you have
It's
in
not-
England and in Germany you get
Yeah.
Lutheranism. So they're like, someone said, yeah, why should we all only preach in Latin
Yeah.
and not in English, not in German, because then the poor people will understand actually the word of God and could like also think about God, because before that only the rich and wealthy and educated people could understand the word of word of God, because it was Latin.
Yeah.
And no one understood Latin back then. And then Luther came and said, yeah, well, here is it in German. Here's the Bible translated into German for all the poor people. Yeah, and then what we had, war. War. That's what happened then.
Remember the Hofstede corruption thing, was it?
Mhm.
Where a lot of the sort of Catholic countries were perceived to be like
Yeah.
very corrupt,
Yeah.
especially like South America.
No, Protestants were it.
Oh yeah, no, it was
Yeah,
Protestants.
it was
It was
Protestants,
Protestants. Just perceived to have like a really high power distance,
You don't want that?
because
Sorry?
I don't know, but possibly you could link that to religion as well. Whereas
Absolutely, yeah.
in China, I can't remember what power distance
No,
was in
I
China.
think it's Orthodox and Catholics, but there was a big difference.
Yeah,
Because Orthodox were like Protestants. They were
Protestants
more-
and Catholics.
Yeah, Catholics were very
Down to earth, and there's no big difference. But
Yeah.
Catholic is still, there's this one
Yeah.
educated, rich class, and then
Yeah.
there's the rest.
But we have very nice Pope now.
Yeah, the
He
new-
said, when
the
he
new-
said like it doesn't matter to which religion you believe or you go to the church, he said that.
yeah.
So as long as you like,
I have one doubt, sorry. Is the Pope like his religious head in the Christianity?
For the Catholics, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it Catholics? Okay.
kind of
Yeah.
like closest to God person.
No, it's like his first representative
Represents the
person on a.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he gets voted by other white rich men, so yeah. That's the story about the Pope. I mean, not the Christians vote him, it's like
Can you imagine
Biden.
like in Italy, there was like, because there was one black Pope who was as well like kind of.
Like one of the candidates.
Yeah, candidates. So
Oh, yeah,
people in
those.
Italy, like old people, because at the moment I was living there, they said like, if they will get the black person, I won't do it. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I mean, this
How
is
racist they are?
And this is-
That's
this is-
so racist.
And it's Italy. It's not like I
Yeah.
don't know.
And this Pope is the first Pope not from Europe. I mean, think of this. Christianity is the biggest religion in the world, and this is actually the first person not from Europe. So think about all this. The Catholic Church is no.
But he's said, hasn't he sort of, he has said some quite revolutionary
Yeah.
Yeah,
things, hasn't he?
yeah.
That's why young people really like him. Young people really like him because he's kind of open, you know, and understand. He said that religion should change because we are changing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many. It is the big question. I think you look at the way that science has advanced as well in the past 100 years, and it seems to be.
Would you people from Asia say that Asian people and culture is less aggressive and violent than Western culture? Because I think there is not that many conflicts.
In terms of what? Trying to take that point. Like the younger generation, they are against the religion.
No, I think aggression and violence. Because there's not so much violence in China, for example, or in like.
Because our culture is mainly from our agricultural culture. We don't have so much meat for everyone, so and we farm a lot and we stay in the same place for a really long time. So we have kind of stable society. So we won't move a lot and to fight with other peoples. So I think it's kind of. I don't know how to say that. It's more stable and with less violence compared to the Western.
Yeah.
More self-sustaining.
Yeah.
So you look after your own.
Yeah, because we got a lot of resources from our own land. We don't need to get others from other places.
Would you say that on the other hand that would make Chinese society less open to new influences? Like, would it probably be more difficult for a Western person to find friends or within China or within the Chinese society than on the other hand?
There's a period like in the Qing dynasty during that we were almost closed our ports, to lock the whole country,
Okay.
to reject the culture from other countries from Western, so just develop ours, just like we are the only country in the world. So I think that time is really bad period, and actually I think before that China is, I think it's not top, but it's very developed.
It was a modern place, right?
Yeah, it's not modern, but after that period where a lot of decades left from the Western culture.
Yeah. The same thing happened with the Islam. Like in the 13th century, the Islam was way more developed than Christianity in Europe, and then they like reconsidered their religion and focused on religion and all these beliefs, and forgot innovation and process and all that.
That's
And
the
then
same. No, I was just thinking it's the same with Lithuania. I know you know, but like Lithuania without wars, our kings without wars made like first actual European Union in the Middle Ages, because we were till the Black Sea, so like where Turkey is, we were so big because our kings were making like politically. It's Lithuanian, like Lithuanian, not kingdom, but.
What year was that?
It's, I think 13th, 15th century, like when Mongolia was attacking Europe.
Ah, okay.
So actually just because of Lithuania, we were making like kind of alliances without any wars. We got so big, and it was like the very first time that people wasn't fighting, but.
Yeah, Mongolia.
And now like we are nobody, you know. No, but it's true, like nobody.
I don't know if you're nobody though. Still be like not nobody if you're like a part of the.
Yeah, but we're so small, you know.
It's just how the world used to depend on like the size of a physical army and how they could sustain themselves against like foreign battles, and now it's the size of an economy and its financial system. It's just weird how it's taken.
Yeah, but see, like for us was we got kind of 50 years of stagnation because we were
under the Iron Curtain.
Yeah. We couldn't do anything, so it's kind of 50 years back, and you know, we couldn't develop ourselves like a country.
How do you see people from China? Communism. Do you consider China as a communist country? Because like on the record, it is still the People's Republic of China. It's a communist country.
I don't know if it's communist.
Communist country.
Sorry.
No, it's cat.
Yeah, obviously. But then actually, you got one party, you got one. There is no democracy, and I mean, I don't want to blame anything here, but sorry, no, but on like on paper it's still a communist country.
Yeah, just
Is there anything
it's
else
already
communist
changed.
about that?
It's every capitalist country.
And what do you think about that?
When did the sort of transition happen, or when did it change? When did it all change?
Do you know Deng Xiaoping?
Yeah, I know.
Explain it to us.
Yes, he's a very famous man in China. As you know, maybe 40 years ago,
Deng Xiaoping.
1970,
Yeah, he's
and China's opened his eyes to the world is because of Deng
go out
Xiaoping.
and go global.
Because he might was the government used to
Okay.
Yeah,
open
start
some
to
cities
change.
like Guangzhou, Shenzhen,
Yeah,
and
we
then you can do some business with Europe, with America, possible. Just because
What year was it?
Yeah.
1978.
78, okay. Yeah.
That's
Then it started to like change
It's
the whole political system.
Yeah.
So how long
It's
ago?
very big change. Before the 20 years ago of this year, it's maybe in the 1980, 60, 1960. This year is
I thought it
very
was
China is very
how long ago did China?
But it was communist, I mean it was Mao Zedong.
Yes.
At that point then you had
There's some reason of Mao Zedong because of
It's such a
because
fast-
when he died this year he is very old, and in fact the power is controlled by other people.
So
Yeah,
Yes,
parents,
some
when they were growing
very
up,
famous is his wife.
It's already
Yes, her name is
it's already
Changqi,
changed.
and
Yeah.
this time China is very poor.
yeah.
So some people is because died because of hungry.
Yeah.
Then Chinese
Oh,
revolution.
40.
Yeah.
It's not that year.
But when they in charge, that is still
No,
So,
yeah,
20 years ago.
yeah,
More than
Yeah.
Yeah,
revolution was
still like
like
that's
before. It was like
like
revolution, the Chinese revolution was Mao Zedong fighting
It's
against.
like-
Oh, that's the time when Taiwan and China divided, right?
Taiwan, China is very
This topic.
because it's over when China has to recognition is in the
you use one piece.
1949.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, because yes, and other people's name like Jiang Jieshi, Chang Kai-shek, you know, it's in the history books. And he is always, you know, the war, World War II, China especially is the Japanese,
Yeah.
Japan, and then after this is 1945, and then it's just the Chinese war.
So the
Chinese war
cultural
just
change.
fighting
Yeah.
Mao Zedong and Chiang Kai-shek.
Yeah.
Two parties,
It would be like
two parties that fight. Then Chiang Kai-shek.
What you call the boxers, right?
Yeah,
It's like
so
in
then
North Korea, just
go back to the Taiwan.
stores.
Then it's the mainland is belong to the Mao Zedong, and this Taiwan space belong to Chiang Kai-shek. So then it's different.
Okay.
Yes, they have both parts and now.
And do
Oh,
you
it's a cheaper trade.
still think in like in Chinese public that Taiwan actually belongs to China?
Well, for myself, I think it's very amazing because we are all Chinese. We have the same tradition. So
Yeah.
it's just who is the real public, who is the real government.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it's not matter.
Okay.
Is communism a factor for China's growth?
Sorry.
Is communism a factor for China's growth?
If you can
Probably growing
some
so
barriers to
Is communism? I think that's a
I
factor.
think the abandonism
Against
of
others.
Like that they're not
So you need
communists anymore. I think this is the factor for growth.
Because
So that they
became more
opened to investors and said it's not everything is state owned. So like come in Western investors and then
I
invest
heard
in
that
this
this is a
country.
dictatorship in China, a kind of dictatorship in China, where the government dominates.
because
Well, it's hard to say because
the base.
the government in China is from it had to have the power for a long time, and but in the Taiwan, you know, it have
Sort
a
of ministry.
big change than Min'an.
Korea is like
So now it's very different. I can't say whether it's right. So,
for China.
Okay. Do you think your stay here in England influences like your view on China? If you like, when you're coming back after a year in Europe, do you then feel that you look differently on China?
Keeps it separate.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Now it's a very different period.
I would like to go to
In
Australia.
China, maybe we have a new leader, it's Xi Jinping, and he has
Yeah,
a lot
my friend already.
Each other things, Hemios.
Do you find it strange that you come here?
Then what government
and
is
some ideas
what is
surveillance?
Because of
For example,
the many
in China,
people there
you
or
can only go on
Sometimes
certain websites.
We can do
Because
like
we
we
can
said
it's
the
also
same.
Split screen.
Some also abortions.
Probably not going to understand anything of this discussion, and you have to come back discussion here.
Is
there any initiative with the government to reduce
some
the
software
pollution?
you can,
I'm not
deploy
sure.
Oh, but it's also
I just know in the North East, in North cities, the government had to do something to change this. But how about in the Beijing and others? In Beijing, they have to remove some industries to other places.
Okay.
But it's
Yes.
the same.
Yeah, but it's not same.
If you move the factory to another place, it won't change anything.
Yeah, it's just to move, but not close. So I think it's doesn't to have any change.
What about UK? Like, how's the pollution in UK? Like, can't see any pollution in UK.
The degree.
There was a major source of income. In China, India, were manufacturing as a major source of income.
Yeah.
In UK, what do you have?
Well, now, I suppose that argument for like we criticise China for like being so pollutant, for polluting so much, but from one argument, it's like their turn to carry out this industrial revolution. Like we had our own industrial revolution in the 1900s and like 1800s, and we were polluting loads and loads.
Yeah, it was
and, like,
horrible. I have read that.
Oh, yeah.
Like in Beijing now.
and like living in cramped conditions, like living in, like creating mass like produce of clothing and everything, and polluting loads and loads and loads with no awareness of the environment whatsoever. So
The thing is, I understand this argument, but the thing is, of course, like every country deserves its own industrial revolution, but right now we know better. And like the level of pollution is so much different. If you look at Europe 200 years ago, I mean, there's 10 million people polluting with steam and coal, and that's not the same level. And I think China in such a short period, like in Beijing or Shanghai, if you can't go out some days without wearing a mask, that's pretty
Yeah,
difficult for you guys. I mean, you have like, and I think you would. Like, we can't imagine how this.
I don't think
You
it's
can't see clearly the tourist face in these stations.
Why? So you can't actually see.
Yeah, in Beijing.
Really?
Yeah, in
Yes,
those
we use
clothes.
So, but people realize that, and there's. I think there's still the mindset that we go on like that. Or do you think there's something done against it?
I think the pollution now in Beijing is mostly caused by the booming cars.
So, like more and more people have a car.
It's not like in the past the industrial pollution.
There's
Yeah.
too many people with too many cars.
Yeah, it's because
But like,
the wage rise to children
very crowded
and
place.
the cars
When in
seems
the
not
time, you will see all the cars in the
more
road.
so much
Then the
expensive
speed,
for
the
every
speed road is like park.
too much cars.
Yes, it's like a parking and
No awareness
but in
of
the other
the
place, in the
environmental
holidays,
problem.
you know, like
Is it-
the Spring Festival in China.
The
Yeah, it's the
thing
most
is
important
Shenzhen is
festival in
also
China.
in top tier city in China.
Spring
Yeah.
Festival.
Yeah,
Yes, you know. And this is it's
manufacturers and the factory in Shenzhen.
the people
It's still a
immediately
growing
will
city.
go
I
back.
don't know why.
It's still
go back
It's
to their
still
hometown.
it's a growing
So
city.
here is
No,
growing.
no pollutions. It's
Real bad.
very- yeah.
We have the
Legacy
the Chinese business.
Yeah.
Class.
So
from my point of view, I just can't imagine what it must be like to not see,
This class.
like, or not breathe. But I think that's
Pictures.
a ridiculous
The
like.
summer
Do you have
in Beijing. The
Like
normal
you
days
don't
and
see
the holidays.
big
Normal days
cars,
is very crowded,
for
so many
example.
people.
I can imagine
But in holidays-
that must just be a lot of small city cars.
Oh. China's the
I
biggest
talked to
market for German automobile companies. They're selling all the BMWs, Mercedes,
As in, like,
Benz,
as in,
Audis.
Yeah, all the
people
governments use all the
people
cars.
use less
So all governments use German cars.
In UK,
how about
about in UK.
I know 10 years
Maybe
ago,
in 2 or 3 years.
I've been to London.
Have you ever been in Denmark?
But now in Beijing is
There are no cars.
Paris, the
Oh, is that?
It's like literally there's no cars.
Yeah,
No car.
it's really exciting. You drive from
Oh, is that everyone's
north of
bicycles
Beijing
or
to the south of Beijing.
Holland.
0
Yeah,
hours.
Netherlands, yeah.
Just to have a drive.
But yeah, we don't, in London there's quite
Yeah, the
such a
subway.
big
But
reliance
so
on the
many
tube,
people.
Yeah.
which if you think about the
And
tube, which was
If you just drive,
made
it's
like
very
decades
slow.
and decades ago,
Sometimes-
yeah, it's such a
And quite effective
advanced
also.
network, yeah,
The
It's
street
such an advanced,
is
like,
it's in
efficient
front of
network
the Tiananmen Square.
that would have
It's very
required some
close.
like
It's maybe
incredible engineering.
3 or
You
6
think about like
miles.
Eurotunnel as
But
well,
if
that goes
you
like
drive
under
it, maybe
the Channel Tunnel, under the city, from
Yeah, I
England
think
to
that's
France.
the Paris
Some of the
one.
cars.
Yeah. Like how was decades ago, how have they managed to build a tunnel under the sea?
Yes, yeah.
But
That's
how
just
did they
silly.
manage to build the pyramids? that was how they did it.
Yeah.
And now what else how they built Stonehenge?
Yeah, yeah, that, like, people are incredible.
They are, they are.
I was watching a program about like Machu Picchu in Peru,
Yeah.
and it was like a reconstruction of what it would have been at that time, and it's like thousands of years ago, and they obviously like visualise all this, so you don't know if it's actually true, but they're using like the historic data that they have to put it together. It's like, if you think that people were doing that then, like building huge like temples and everything out of stones and just sort of running like clockwork, it proves that we're like incredible.
Or here in Cambodia, Angkor Wat.
Yeah, that was one as well. That was, yeah.
It's just unbelievable how people did it 2,000 or longer years ago. Wow.
Yeah, because that was, yeah, that was like, there was a program about that, and it was just a completely self-sufficient empire that can't remember why it finished, like how it ended, because it didn't get attacked, did it? I don't know.
The Cambodian.
Yeah, or I don't know, like I think they like moved themselves out. I'm not sure. Like, there's that temple in the tree there, isn't there? Which,
Yeah.
Which
I
really,
think the temple's older than the tree. The tree's
yeah.
so old.
Yeah. Which is one of the 7 wonders of the world, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, it's not. Someone wants a beer.
How many more? Do you have any more left?
Yeah, we got.
Just enjoy your beers up here. Oh, okay.
We
Oh, and
made
there's
glasses, and we also got two bottles here.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we can drop that. Thanks.
Someone?
I think I have.
Yeah.
When I bought the Taiwanese people to drink.
I need a boy now.
Yeah. You know, Kevin is from Taiwan too. He's from our course.
Oh, really?
And then and he said he never drank before. And
Really?
he started drinking here, and now he's like he's taking it very seriously then. The whole drinking spirit.
What is terrible is that alcohol is like such a necessary part of the university culture.
Yes.
It's really bad. It's really bad. I don't really know.
Because I think especially in Europe, we just, for socializing for everything, people just drink all the time. And if you don't drink, you have a problem. Come on, bro. No, but it's true.
Seriously,
Yeah.
it's too bad on you.
Yeah.
Not even it.
Yeah, just middle and my body will be like very late.
Yeah, me too, but
Yeah.
And I cannot understand anything.
Have you heard some Chinese food? You know, some Chinese food in China? Chinese food, ring.
Okay. Why
That's
is
Chinese
it?
right because
Yeah, white
No.
Yeah.
It's not like
That's
not very high.
So why does the UK split up into its different
what is
countries?
it?
Why-
Is it like
Yeah.
Mexico?
Like different
white
team.
wing.
Right.
One?
It's because there's such
It's alcohol.
I don't know why it's actually because, but I think there's such a big rivalry
I'm
between.
not sure how about
Oh, thank you.
you.
Between the home nations. Like the first
light with
It's strange. We have a big
white,
sport because,
white
for example,
white.
rugby,
Yeah, it's
we
like-
have
looks like
a
water.
Great Britain rugby team.
Really?
Yeah, looks like water.
But it's
We've got
still-
2 Great Britain rugby teams,
Yeah.
British Lions
Have a
and
picture?
then Great Britain rugby.
Picture
And then
white with
football, because of the type of people
German have
that
font.
support football, they tend to be patriotic towards,
What?
this is just
How about
being
half
general,
and half?
possibly they tend to be
Same
patriotic
station.
towards their
No, no, no,
country
no, no, no.
more than the
How
UK.
fun is
So they're
the
probably, if you ask a football fan where they're from, they'd probably say England and not
Yeah.
the UK,
restaurant?
which is why it's always probably a bit controversial.
Ah,
But
beer
he's
garden.
got a British rugby
Half
shirt
and
on,
half.
which is like
Half and
representative of Britain.
Here in Leeds.
In
No,
football,
it's German.
in football, there's
Hofbräuhaus. In Munich.
it's just a controversial topic.
Yeah, the Hofbräuhaus.
Yeah,
And
it's a really good question.
if you have
There's a big rivalry between like
a
Scotland
guys
and England
with the
and Wales in the football, but there is in rugby as well.
dance.
So,
Yeah?
but there was
Why German people is
We are
very big,
no.
very
mixed
big.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bavaria in Munich, right? Yeah.
2 years ago.
Probably true.
Even
Right.
No, I mean,
Yeah?
They made
because of the thing.
Is it China? In China still have fat obese
but then-
people?
I don't know. I don't think it will. I don't think it will change.
Let's count.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean,
But do you do sports? Do you,
not really.
No.
do people go to the gym, for example?
Yeah.
Thailand?
It's very
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah?
It's very not different here.
And in China?
Yeah.
It depends on where you live. Maybe in the big cities.
Trendy, no?
Yes, the young people like the go to the gym
It's
now.
difficult to say why.
For the older people,
Why
like
it's
my family,
lots
they
of English people who say like, oh,
they are
we're
very
better in
easy.
Scotland, I'm better in Wales.
And
So
about you?
we don't need
It's
to
getting
make
popular, but
their players, and it's
It has
sort
very
of about
calories.
Because all my Taiwanese friends, like, they know
We're lazy.
Yeah, all from my class are like,
We just need some drinks and. It's nice.
No, what about India?
You
Kind of,
UK
not
team,
everyone.
we are with the
Because in Europe it became like.
Well, this kind of effect of Western culture in India. The people are starting to give and all.
But you think if you have more people, or if you have an access to more
So you
players,
say you live in.
for example,
Europe?
like the most expensive
Yeah,
player
it's
in the
very
world
much,
now
Christmas
is
here.
Welsh.
Yeah, the Christmas
Yeah.
market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Couldn't play
Is
for
it
England
the
because
biggest
he plays for
Christmas
Wales.
market?
It's the most famous Christmas
Yeah.
market.
Lots of players
Where?
who have spent their
Nuremberg,
career
where I come from, but my
playing in
hometown.
England.
It's really nice.
Because we got the city center is like still medieval. Like so, we got a
But yeah,
castle
theoretically,
on a
if you-
hill in
if
the
you
middle
mix
of the
them all
mountain. And there's
together,
this Christmas
you
market
think
and
they should be
snow.
they should be
I don't like it. It's like, wow, we get 2 million tourists a year.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you go to this Christmas market, you know,
renovated, and it needs to be like done
The
again
food in
from
Germany
the
is very
bottom.
nice.
So it's not
And
very,
then it's like
doesn't work
yeah,
very well.
okay.
I want to visit all the steak, food college.
Yeah, do that.
What's your national sport?
Tomorrow.
You're like the national sport, or do you have like a national sport
Yeah,
or like
exams.
a regional?
I want to go to Shanghai.
Shanghai?
Yeah, I will apply for the.
You like Shanghai?
Yeah, I've never been to Shanghai. This is like the chance to go is like to be in China.
Shanghai is is better than you have
Good, your
because
region.
there are so many people from the world and there is much richer.
China
Okay.
like
And the environment is better.
Okay, but I've read also about the pollution in Shanghai.
I've heard Shanghai is expensive place.
Like,
Is it an expensive place?
It's expensive.
Like the Chinese condition, but if you compare it
Compare
to
it
Western.
here, like,
So the biggest
Maybe
kid in
Maybe
there.
China
It's
is
still
more
very.
common
yes,
to
maybe
play
Shanghai is the
one
most
type of rugby
expensive
in
place.
the north,
Perhaps
and then a
yes,
different type of
and
rugby
here
in the south.
it's always crowded.
Yeah.
Yes, it's always crowded. And maybe hot in the summer.
Just like London.
In the world,
But Shanghai, if you like, you can
in
visit.
the world,
I will try.
Is it true that in German is
yeah,
considered beer is the
they
family
food usually not get
Is it what?
no
Primary food?
Yeah.
No, but
I
it's,
read it before.
yeah, it's like, it's one of your the basic, considered as a basic.
Just like water. Just like water.
But it's considered to be like basic nutritional.
I heard that in Germany water is expensive and beer is cheap. People say that. I don't know.
That's the truth. It would be nice.
Yeah, this one?
Tesco. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
You
regular
buy that cheap beer like Heineken.
Okay.
But it's cheaper like a can and a bottle of
They're not in
It's only like, no, very cheap.
I have seen two vitamin
If you go to
India, you're right.
in our hometown, it's
there's a British lady, like,
Yeah, but there are people still
Now it's on. Everyone's in shot.
It's going to be so weird.
It's going to be like, oh, now they're in a different room.
From 1 second to the other. Actually, it could make very funny weird about it. Wow. How did that
Where's
happen?
food?
Does anybody want any water?
No, I want food.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, no,
Anybody want any?
Help yourself, guys, if you want.
Oh, it's like, it's your nice thing you're offering and then
Yeah.
right.
Chris, I need to sit there. The camera's gonna be focused.
No, it can see me here, but it can't see that corner.
There's
It can't.
sorry.
You're probably the least visible person,
Yes.
so you've got a. But you are also closest to the chocolate.
Make sure it's real.
Don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, but even in the last video, you couldn't see her, for example.
So,
Has anyone started writing that essay?
no?
Yes.
Yeah,
I got two
Okay,
messages.
but I have a question.
What?
Like, because there are so many different opinions. Some people say that you have to choose the topic, just only one, and write about one topic. Other people say that you can write whatever you want and just compare. Other people say that it's only few people, not all of them. Some other people say that you can choose all of them if you like.
But it's your perception.
It's your
so,
perception.
you have to
You
say-
choose this
You
now.
might have a,
No, every time you choose one common topic and then compare all the people in the group.
or you can also go for
Yeah.
one person with your
Yeah.
commentary. You can do it. Basically,
Whatever
you can do
you want.
whatever you want.
Depending on the person.
This is why I hate these kind of things. I think how
You
can
love it. You love
no, how can
it. You love it.
Right now we have to cut all this shit out again.
I don't think that we should start talking about our essay now.
Well, but the thing is, the question that you raised, who's already like finished or started with the essay,
Yeah.
it's kind of related to,
I was gonna-
to my question.
Yeah. I was going to leave it
So,
on to saying.
Who already started with the essay? No.
Actually, I done it.
No?
I've done it too.
I've done it, I have to review it.
So, would you say it's typical for Chinese culture
And
then, and Indian culture to start rather late with the deadlines? Or
You want to?
But for me, I would like to do it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Before deadline. Yeah.
okay, just to feel, it doesn't make you feel like secure, so you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to worry and
Yes,
already done.
absolutely.
Same for me. I like to plan in advance and know my time.
But normally in my country, people tend to do it very lately.
Okay.
India is different.
Yeah.
I didn't even start. I'm going to do it on Saturday.
You just said something to me about staying awake for 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
Awake?
Yeah, I'll tell you what happens in India. So, like, for example, we have, in our undergrad, Monday to Friday, we used to study 7 hours every day lecture. So, we have 7 subjects. Every day, 7 subjects. So, 14 hours. Saturday, 4 hours. And certain time, like, we have certain competition between us in fest and all. So, we can stay awake for 3 days continuous working. Sleeping. We are trained in such a way in India.
Is there not another way of redistributing the work? Like, do you have to stay
No,
awake
no.
for 3 days?
It's like individual work. You have, like, for example, we have deep line work, for strategic marketing.
Yeah.
it's now we have to make a B plan individually.
Okay.
And just, like for example, Monday I got assignment, Thursday I have to submit it.
Yeah.
I have to make a whole B plan, think idea, do finances, human resource, everything. So I have to stay awake for 3 days.
But the only way you can do it is by staying awake for all that. All that time.
Because you have normal college from 9 to 4, 7 hours.
Really?
Plus you have your assignments, plus you have this B plan work also.
But do the teachers know that?
Yeah.
And they expect it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the fun.
But surely that's not good.
That's unhealthy.
Yeah.
No, see, they have both positive and negative side. Positive side, you get to learn a lot. And when you train in proper way, like you can work anytime in future.
But do you
When you work in
really
your job, you have a lot of pressure. You can manage that pressure because you train from beginning.
Yeah, that's right. But I don't think that you. I mean, there are other ways to learn a lot. And I don't think you do learn a lot when you do like all within 2 weeks. I think like if you have
No,
a
we
whole
do.
term
No.
and just once a week and you revise and read more.
You don't build on anything.
What we build on? It's that we don't get lazy in that 2 weeks. We work, we have full focus on the work. We're dedicated to that.
But for example, like say Finland, which has got like the best education system in the world, allegedly, they don't start going to school until they're 7, which is like loads later than here. And then when they're at school, they have like 4 hours a day. They go to school in their own clothes. They have like an hour, then a break, then an hour, then a break, and they just have a completely different working culture to that, which seems to be like work all the time, and even to ours, which is like get up and go to school from like 8 until 3 probably, and have like an hour break in between. So I don't know.
So we don't even have an hour break in between 7 hours. We don't even have an hour break for lunch break.
You do?
Yeah, 1 hour break is common.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
It's school. It's
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
School, not university.
Yeah, school.
We have 45 minutes and break, 45 minutes and break.
Do you? That's what you
Yeah.
do.
2 45 minutes, one subject 45 minutes, another, and then 15 minutes break, another 2 45 minutes, and then half an hour break.
Yeah.
Or is German school system?
It's like we have.
Really?
Yeah, and we have to go allowed to wear our own clothes.
Really?
Yeah. How is it in China? Are you wearing uniforms in school?
Similar in about 45 minutes or 1.5 hour.
Uh-huh.
The break depends on the teacher.
Okay.
Yes, mostly it's 45 minutes.
And you wear your own clothes or uniform?
Before the university, we have to wear the uniform.
Okay.
And when we go to university, we wear whatever we want.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is it usually?
As in Chinese people, we wear uniforms before attending the university, and our class hour is like 2 hours and 15 breaks, and then 2 hours and
Okay.
hour break for lunch.
Alright.
And then
We only have 10-minute break during each session. Yeah.
Okay, after and 1 hour or 45 minutes or?
I lunch break for
I think 15 minutes.
Okay.
But how many lectures do you have one day?
9 or 10. In the university it's 9 or 10, but it depends on each person's schedule. But in high school we have like 8, and you have to stay at night and study in school.
It's one day, is right?
So when does school start then? In the morning, what time?
8, but
And you get home at?
5. But sometimes I get home till 9 p.m. because we need to stay at school and
Do
study.
your homework.
And study.
Yeah.
So what is there in the Eastern cultures? Is there like a focus to get you to do hobbies, like outside of school? Like for example, when you grow up, do you play
Yeah.
Instrument.
in an instrument or like in a sports team, or do you play cricket?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
see, we play cricket. Like I'll tell you my example. I play cricket, I play squash, I play basketball, I play badminton.
Yeah.
But also when you were at school, high school,
Yeah.
did you? Yeah. So you had the time for that.
We had time.
Okay.
What
See, it's
like
like-
in China, is there? Do
In
you-
China?
No sports.
For my... Oh no, it depends. For some high school, my case high school,
Yeah.
maybe they will have a happy life. But in my high school, you have 9 lectures one day. I have 13 lectures one day.
13.
13
13
yeah,
lectures.
13 lectures.
I have like 6.
Yeah.
We have watched.
It's a lot, like 7, like could be the worst day ever.
Now do like the moon.
My school is very famous. All the students wake up 5:30 p.m. Yeah.
But then, do the school encourage like playing sports in a school sports?
No.
No.
We have no time.
But what do you
Maybe
think?
sometimes we have the sports lectures, maybe 2 lectures a week.
Sports lectures
A
are always
sports lecture.
occupied
Yes.
by other
Yeah.
lectures.
So you have hang on, you have a sports lecture,
Yeah.
but you don't do any sport.
In the grade 3, it's like you said, we have lectures, but we don't do the sports because all of us are on the classroom and then do the exam.
So you don't. But you don't play anything. You just have a lecture about like how to play something.
Well,
You don't actually.
some sports teachers will teach us how to play basketball or the football, but sometimes the student will injured, and then our schoolmaster said, okay, cancel all the sports lecture, like this.
Okay. Is it the same for you? So yeah.
And for you it's different.
Well, I live in Beijing, and the policy there may be more strict. So I think our school is much easier than those outside. And we have 5 work days from maybe 8 in the morning to about 5 or 6. But I heard some of my classmates in the university, they only got about only an afternoon of Sunday or several hours on leisure time in a week.
Okay. Do you know if you can study sport in university as a subject, like sport in China?
Yeah, we have the sports lectures, and we can choose the subject, what sports we like to learn.
Okay.
But
For example, in Germany, you can study sport as a major. So
yeah.
we do international business, and a friend of mine does sport. I think he wants to become a sport teacher, and then you got to study sport, and some combine it with marketing, so sport marketing.
We have sports major as well.
Okay.
And special schools for the sports. We have that.
All right.
But if you have like subject in sports, you just learn how to do it, you don't actually do it?
We do it practice in the lecture.
Oh, you do. So in the lecture, you do the practice.
Yeah, but only in the lecture. We won't do much sports after class.
Okay.
Is that the same for did you play in like any sports teams when you were younger? No.
I'm not good at sport.
Is that common amongst your friendship group, like for example, or amongst your friends or age group?
No, like because my culture more focused on students to study all the time.
I think Asian is give more priority to the material or content that we have the more practical thing.
And do you, sorry. Do you think it's a good way of doing it? Only studying, but not having any hobbies?
I think it's not good, actually. Yeah, because if we have a lot of knowledge, but we cannot apply to anything, so it's less.
So what about your parents' role in all of this? Like, because for example, when I was growing up, like one of my mum's partners, what was that look for? One of my mum's partners, like said, okay, you're 11 years old, like it's time for you to go start playing rugby. Yeah, or I started playing rugby, and then like used to play cricket with them, and like so the bigger influence was like my parents, I guess, in playing sport. But do your parents not like say, "Oh, go and play something"?
It's not only sport, I mean everything.
Or go and do like a hobby, for example.
Yeah,
or
my
just
parents,
something
like,
outside of studies.
They did like since I was 5. We tried everything.
Yeah.
Try this one, try swimming, try...
Yeah.
Your parents?
You first.
So do the you mean do the
They want you to go to a sports team or play an
yeah.
instrument.
Just
Yeah,
something
they really
outside
like
of studies.
really like they want me to do like try everything like swim, basketball, badminton, like everything. But don't really want to. Yeah, do these things.
For my parents, they did not listen for me. They did not decide for me. They will decide what I want. And if I like to play basketball, they will support me 100%. Yeah.
In my family, my parents encourage me to do sports, and for example, my mother likes badminton very well, and she often brought me to her. And she is working at a college, and she often brought me to the gym and play badminton in the vacation. But don't have much time in the semesters.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, when do you do it? If you've got the all time, the day in school, and you have to like revise and all that, and stuff like that.
Weekends.
Weekends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just weekends.
You never had a weekend.
Yeah, also I was in school after I was I was 12. I didn't in school.
Our weekends still have some class, tutor class
Okay.
outside the school. Yeah.
And you too, weekends. Work sport, weekends.
Weekends, no, not that much.
But did you play cricket with like your friends when you were growing up?
Yeah, we used to play people very rare.
Yeah. Also not often.
No.
Are you going to go to the cricket thing in a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
You teach me.
Yeah, sure.
With who? Malcolm?
Yeah.
This will be fun.
It should be good. But what situation is more common? Your situation, where you're going to have any time, this in China, or your situation where you do have a bit of time? What's more common?
Yeah.
Is it, for example, 13-hour school days? Is that what normally happens?
No, you see, China has so many provinces, and maybe some place will be like nice section, and because we have so many students, and just 5% of the students can go to the good universities.
Yeah.
But in his city, maybe all the students can go to the top universities. So they are their life is very happy.
Okay, so
And their exam is so easy. Very easy.
Why does that happen? Is
Yeah.
that because people in his city are more smart?
Because he lives in Beijing.
Really?
Yes.
I have a question. So you don't have the same exams for all countries?
Yeah, not same.
No. Because Lithuania is like national exam in every grade.
Yeah,
it's 4
And
people
for
in
you?
Lithuania.
Is it the same? Really?
No, in Germany it's also there are states which are more likely to have difficult exams.
Okay. Lithuania is all the same.
For example, in
Every place.
Berlin you get your education is for free and you can do it in Berlin. So it's not that difficult.
My city is next to his city. But the exam in my city is the hardest in China.
But yours is in Beijing.
No.
Sorry?
You're in Beijing.
No.
You're in Beijing.
He lives in Beijing. But his city's exam is maybe the most easiest.
But I think his school is some extreme example, and I think most schools are between.
Okay.
But can you just move to Beijing?
No, I can't.
Why? Like, what's the reason?
Well, it's for Chinese public.
There are some politics problem, and you can't get. I don't know how to say. There are different policies in different provinces, and if you move to other province without permission, and you can't get the support from the government.
Okay. And your school, you said your parents are working for the government, right?
My father is working for the
Yeah. And is it the school you've been in? Is it like for children of people who work for the government? So
no.
no.
But
It's a private.
all the children in that area can go to the school.
Okay.
But I think my school, my primary school and middle school, there are a lot of children from officers' family.
Okay. Because they are living in the same areas. Okay.
And so what is, in your case where there's like much less of a population, what's that like? Or in Taiwan? Is there like a lot less population?
Population?
Yeah, where there's much like less people living there, do you still sort of feel the same, I don't know, intense?
I think depends on different city.
But the population of like your biggest cities is how many?
Sure. But I think total is like 1,200.
In total, or
Yeah,
like
in total.
of the whole country?
Yeah.
1,200.
One
Seems a little less.
Million.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1,200 million something.
Okay, 200 million.
Yeah.
I think it's bigger.
Taiwan? Is it?
Maybe.
I think it's not 200 million.
I think 20 million.
Maybe 20 million. I had 20 million in my head.
It's
too much.
And then it's just 64 million.
Yeah, the line
Yeah.
is bigger.
Yeah.
I think it's 22.
23.34 million.
Okay.
So you have 22 million.
And how big is the biggest city in Taiwan?
Taipei.
Taipei.
That's the capital.
Yeah, capital. New Taipei 101.
No. What's that?
That's the tallest building inside landmark in Taiwan.
Is it?
And it has 101 floors.
Really?
But Dubai recently built the higher tower to be Taipei 101.
So it's not the big tallest
Yeah,
building in the world anymore.
yeah.
But can you sort of move, like what's the relationship like between China and Taiwan? Like China and Taiwan? Can you move between each place without like any sort of problem or any sort of, because they're not actually the same country, are they?
You need like visa.
Are they?
No.
We have other passport for if you want to go China, you need to apply for another passport.
Passport or visa?
Passport is different.
Yeah, it's more like,
No, I mean, as far as the passport is common, you get a visa in that if you want to go to another country.
Yeah.
but it's another,
It's another thing.
So you get another document.
yeah.
Okay. For you too, if you go to Taiwan.
Yeah, we have to apply.
Okay.
But
Is it difficult?
I'm not sure. I think it's not really.
Okay. And to move, like to stay in Taiwan or to stay in China for you, would that be possible?
Maybe, because a lot of people now
It's possible.
going to China and work a lot.
Okay.
And most people from Taiwan is working in China, then they will go back to Taiwan on holiday.
Is there like a sense of nationalism in Taiwan? Like, because of it being sort of like a historically oppressed by China, are Taiwanese people more patriotic, if you like? Like, do you feel really Taiwanese, I guess you're trying to say? Like, for example, I don't feel very English just because I don't really like Britain, but nations that we've historically oppressed, when they become independent, they get like a renewed sense of
I
patriotism.
think-
But I don't really know what the relationship between China and Taiwan was like.
Maybe some older people, they will feel like we're the same country, but the younger generation, they have some kind of awareness that think Taiwan is a country and we wouldn't belong to anymore.
But you belong to Taiwan. You're like happy. You're
Yeah.
like you proudly say that you're like Taiwanese.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
When did all the independent? When was it independent? Well, when did you become independent from China?
1945, I guess.
So sort of recent-ish, not too long ago.
Yeah, we only have like 100 more years for Taiwanese.
Okay.
So 100 more years.
Taiwanese year. We have Taiwanese year.
Okay. Right.
So there's no like animosity towards China. There's no bad feeling
Not
towards
really.
China.
Yeah. Because we cooperate a lot. Like
Yeah.
Business, trade, a lot.
Yeah.
So
So
sure.
Do you think in India there's like a bad feeling against Britain because of like colonialism?
Yeah, because this was a Kohinoor diamond, so we have bad feeling.
Yeah, I've really
So,
Especially against you.
Just
there
kidding.
are like many jokes because British people had taken the Kohinoor diamond in India.
Yeah,
It was the biggest diamond in the whole world. So like we make a lot of jokes in that.
really.
That's so fun.
Is
But there's nothing hard feeling. Like in younger generation, like nowadays, because like our parents, they have bad feeling because the Western culture impacted Indian culture somewhat. Like in younger generation, like we drink and all.
yeah.
That's why like about the older generation have somewhat problem. The younger generation we are cool. We don't have a problem.
Okay. So you're sort of there's no issue.
There's no issue.
For you.
But for the older generation, yeah.
Yeah. Is there like there's sort of like is it active? Like, is it something they talk about a lot? Or or do you remember the good old days before everything became sort of westernized? Or is it not anything that's like really? No. It's just, I don't know, the reason why I'm sort of asking is because I don't appreciate Britain's role throughout history, although it's been very important. I don't.
I'm talking about not appreciating the history of your own country.
Yeah, I just don't appreciate how
Even that's always the worst example.
it's
Can you check us what time was left?
25.
yeah, it was still not.
Left?
We already have 25 minutes.
I think there's something like that in India.
There's not.
Because like younger generation like us, we're open to like, for example, now we're talking to each other in school here, we're like talking to anyone.
Yeah,
Older generation kind of, because India before was a very close economy.
yeah,
The people like there's no nightlife, nothing. People just work, spend time with the family, and go sleep around. But now we have like pubs, clubs, and all. So now we go clubbing, pubbing.
and everything. So before everything was domestic.
Not the Western culture influence now.
Yeah,
For example, girls in India, many families till now don't allow girls to wear shorts and all
yeah.
because they think the Western culture is spoiling Indian culture. Indian culture is not allowed,
Okay.
but now everyone wears.
Do you think in the future it will become more Western?
Yeah, I
And
think
families like, for example, like yours, like what you were saying last time
Yeah.
about no alcohol.
Conservative.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think they'll like all sort of not be extinct, but do you think they'll just become less and less and less
Yes.
as Western?
It's happening because if like I've noticed many years it's happening.
Really?
Yeah.
Same goes for you guys.
Yeah, Thailand. It's more written now.
So Western culture has impact everything.
Does it?
I think it's kind of sad, isn't it?
Did you
I mean, in the end, look at, just imagine the world in 100 years and everything looks like this, or like in the US or in Germany.
Every
It wouldn't be cool.
country
I think it wouldn't be
was
cool. What's the sense in that? What do you do?
Yep.
Not right.
But I think it's inevitable.
No, I think one country will be left, North Korea.
This one, no,
But imagine if you go on.
My thing is good for my country is to combine Western and Eastern culture.
Yeah.
So not exactly Western. I mean, it's combined between these two is okay.
Yeah, because I think that Westerners as well taking so many things more and more from East, like yoga and vegetarian thing. You know, like I think as well we kind of
There's
adapt
equal
and
impact
separate.
everywhere from me. Like we are learning from West, like we are learning from Indian culture, Eastern culture.
Yeah.
I don't get that feeling.
I
I
don't
think it's rather like very Western, aggressive, occupying,
Globalization.
conquering,
No, I think
globalizing
it
the
was-
world and conquering the world. And I don't think Western cultures appreciate that many things from the East. I don't know. It's just my impression, but
I think that the Americans were kind of once aggressive ones. Come on, they even make us celebrate Valentine's Day.
They
Even us.
don't make you though, like you choose to
Yeah, that's
because
the
you
thing.
see
Yeah, I know, but
Americans
it's
do
kind
it.
of became a trend, you know.
Yeah. It became a trend, but that's the thing. It becomes a trend. Why does it become a trend? Because you see
It was-
TV programs.
Ooh.
Yeah, and why is it cool? Because you see like celebrities in TV programs that are on TV.
But that's the
all the
question.
time.
Do you guys watch like Western movies in the cinemas, TV, or is it
Yeah.
Asian?
Of course.
Yeah.
I never.
I love
Bollywood
Far
movies,
Out.
everyone watches that.
No.
even as big as Bollywood is, it bears like it's huge for India, but it's more like no
Bollywood is
resemblance of my life.
It's
But
anything.
it's the next biggest thing to Hollywood, and yeah, I couldn't tell you one thing about it.
It's even making more money than Hollywood already.
Is it?
It's
That,
bigger.
that
Yeah.
I know, like for example in India, I think you know Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah,
There's you cast him in a movie, the movie will earn like billions of.
just because no matter what it's all
No
about.
matter. That's the stupidity of Bollywood. That's why I hate Bollywood.
But I think that it will change because I know what about you, but like I start kind of disliking very much Hollywood movies. I start like looking Finnish movies and English movies and German, you know. Like you kind of, I think you fed up at the end, like that consumerism. You don't think
I
so?
don't think
I think
many
that's a
people
question of education, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, you become smart and then you say, oh, yeah, let's follow the bullshit.
That's not so that like Indians, we can't survive in China, like who are vegetarian. So we don't anything in China.
Okay.
Like a person of me, like if you go to China, become like you, become so thin. There's nothing to eat.
What? There's nothing.
There's nothing to eat.
Everything is not vegetarian.
Is it?
Yeah.
But they eat
Ah,
so
you-
much.
Because I mean, Indians do a lot of business with Chinese people because they are energy and knowledge. Nothing else, you can't survive there.
Look, I thought, dude, look, they're thin. I just realized. Because like, what?
Yeah, why not about color?
Don't you think like Chinese government should do something regarding this because a lot of Indians travel to China. I know that many of Indians travel to China. And you don't even get cold water there. You only get hot water everywhere.
In
Hot
China.
water.
Yeah, and you put ice in that.
Yeah.
I travel to China.
Cold
Like,
water.
For drinking
yeah,
from a tap,
yeah.
you can't get cold
No,
water.
you cannot have tap water.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't have tap water.
India also cannot have tap water.
No?
In India,
No
I
tap
know.
water.
You don't have filters. Like you have filters. It purifies the water.
Really?
I went to China, I remember.
Yeah.
Tap water.
In everything you have chicken or something like that, which we cannot eat. And there's no cold water.
Really?
Like you have hot water, you have to put this much ice in that, then you have like normal water.
And then you drink that,
Yeah.
and so you have to pour it hot.
But why?
The cost of water is completely different. In Thailand is cheaper, 10 times cheaper.
So everybody, are you will book the place 5 o'clock?
No, we haven't.
No, we have.
Oh, you have.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Okay, one more place. We have 3 places on video.
But
We have a different video.
I think that was like 40 minutes. How long is it?
Okay, man.
Working?
Now everybody can see it.
Okay, what do you think? It happened again?
But at least we have our candy.
Yeah.
Ours will be a more interesting video.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Not just this boring one dinner evening now.
Yeah,
A lot of action.
They'll definitely remember it, won't they?
Right. So we talked about tap water. Now I would say, for example, in Germany, there are some regions where the tap water is actually better than the water you can buy in the supermarket. So, like, the government also recommends people to drink more tap water because it's all taken from like lakes and all that. And there is much better water than you would buy in the supermarket.
In India, you'll die the next day if you have tap water.
Yeah, I mean, when I was traveling through India, all the people, even if you like brush your teeth, don't swallow it. Spit it out and use water from your supermarket.
Because it's kind of polluted in India, no?
Yeah.
So we use filter, the purifier.
Okay.
I mean, then we purify tap water and we drink.
Alright.
What's caused the pollution, like?
The industry, the manufacturing people.
Into lakes and
So,
rivers?
yeah.
But do you think it's like then the missing standards of regulations and environmental standards?
Welcome to India. That's what we
Is there no focus on corporate social responsibility?
There is, but kind of corrupted. So.
So nobody does it? No.
And what about
And the main thing is that a lot of people in India are uneducated because they're very poor, so they don't get education. And so they
And you
don't
get
know
other-
basic manners like don't litter the road. Or
You got
don't-
other things to worry about if you're poor. That you get
Yeah,
like you
who's
get,
in
to
all
live,
this one?
get food and
For example,
shelter, and then and then it starts.
I just ate this. In UK, I'm going to throw this in the dustbin. India, I'm like, throw it anyway.
Really?
But even you.
Huh? No.
What about with the big companies, with the big manufacturing companies that pollute? does the media play any sort of responsibility in trying to help them reduce their damage to the environment? Because for example here, so it's a slightly different context, but like one of the big stories from this week is like the big banks have been avoiding paying taxes, and it's only like because the media are so intent on making the public aware of this.
I'll tell you something about Indian
Do they
media.
try to do that in?
I'll tell you. For example, if you're a media person, you discover some scam or something that this company is producing so much. It will be news for 10 days, 11 days it won't be news.
Really?
Because the guy has money and purchases the media.
So somebody just pays the media and then they stop.
And you don't think that many manufacturers are actually from Europe?
In where? In India?
No.
No, I'm just
No,
curious.
because Indian culture is more of entrepreneurship. Everyone starts their own business.
No, but I mean like, I'm talking about factories. That UK person came and built factories. No? Not like that?
But there's no like sort of, I suppose corporate social responsibility is something that's only been important here in like the past 20, 30 years. Like it's
Not that
No,
long.
like 10
Just
years.
came up.
Like
more than
people
10,
were
probably
writing,
20.
but like.
Yeah.
People do CSR in India, but
Wait.
just to advertise themselves.
Okay, we will talk a bit.
No, just let's
I
figure out what.
think it's Chinese pollution is important to mention as well, because now it's like everywhere on the top.
Are we already recording?
Yeah.
Okay, we can cap it off. I mean, the thing is, maybe, yeah. You guys talk just a little more because Chris is asking questions and questions and questions.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what about Chinese pollution? Because I know that in Beijing now it's a big problem. What's your opinion about it?
The air pollution is really bad, and I think it's just because the car is very cheap now, and most families can afford a car. And although we are now restricted apply for the number pad for the car, but there are already too much. Beijing is not really a big city, but we have, I think, maybe 20 to 30 million people there, and so that's a big number, and the air pollution is really bad. Although we have moved some industries outside our city to maybe their cities.
To build your region.
And even in fact, Taiwan's air.
Hmm?
Yeah.
But is it like? I mean, I've read about Shanghai that there are some days where you're not supposed to go out because the pollution is so bad that you would just stay. But how is it? I can't even imagine this. That you said I'd rather stay at home because I don't want to go out because it's unhealthy.
Well, it's just the air pollution you can see it's visible. You can see when you go out, you can maybe 10 or 20 meters, you can see their face.
But how does it feel for you? Like that you need to stay at home because it's so dirty or so? I don't know.
Well,
How can you even survive? Like, you can't even see your faces.
I don't have that such much feeling because I live in Beijing 20 years.
So you're used to it.
Yeah, I think I'm used to it.
So is it so very different for you here in UK? Like,
Yeah.
It's like magic.
The first time I landed in London, I feel that, oh, my eyes can see again. Yeah, the sky is so clear.
What's government doing for Beijing then? Is government doing anything? There's so much of pollution.
Well, it's doing it's make many policies, but it's not works so much.
I don't know that. But I still have it on the box.
I think the reason you don't have pollution in UK, you don't have many manufacturing plants in UK.
And not that many
Not
people.
that.
Yeah. Because in India and China, they have a lot of manufacturing plants. Because of that, it's a lot of pollution.
no, but I think that majority of pollution coming from the households at the end,
Where?
like cars and
No.
heating.
I mean,
More of
2020
more of manufacturing.
But also, if you get a city with 20 or 30 million people, I mean, this is in everyone, and there are so many cars. Of course, this causes it too. But yeah, you're right. The big polluters are the factories.
Major chunk.
Yeah, you're right. But I
Because,
mean, it's too late moving out factories to like
I was studying
rural
a case.
areas.
according to that, UK is one of tertiary sector, where India is more of secondary sector, like manufacture, and you have more of service class here.
But in UK as well, they had the rich folks.
Oh, before, yeah, well, the Industrial Revolution in like the
Yeah.
1900s, but that's what, like,
1800s.
Yeah.
1700s,
1800s, 900s. But we used to be the biggest manufacturer of like t-shirts, cars, shirts, clothes, like linen, everything for them.
But now India or China is doing that.
Yeah, and we focus on like the higher value added stuff. But saying that, like that Indian company Tata now has like bought back a few of the major car companies, car manufacturing factories. Land Rover is like right by my hometown, and when that got reopened back up, like everybody was so happy, but still don't really understand the implications of like the sort of Indian economy growing to the extent that it can purchase like English manufacturers.
No, the Indian economy is growing a lot. And there's a lot of tie-up. For example, the company like Airtel, the mobile network company, it is purchasing companies in South Africa in many regions. India is growing a lot because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Chinese as well, like they have vineyards in France, they just buy it. They don't even ask like if it's good or no, they just buy it.
Yeah, I heard that they buy a lot of luxury goods.
The Chinese investment in London is like ridiculous. That's what's like driven the house prices up so much. Like just Chinese investment into property. It's crazy. And like a lot of Hong Kong things. But it's good that you have like big growing economies, I guess. What he was like?
Just a very fast one question. So like I want to ask you about racism. Like I'm very curious if you felt anything in UK, for example. Did you ever felt that someone was approaching you that you're not English in a bad way? I'm just curious.
Yeah, once it happened in the library.
Library?
In exam time, yeah. What happened was, like, I forgot my card, this ID card. So the library guy is like, you send your friend down, he'll get a card for you. But this English guy who forgot the card, he's like, you can go in.
Okay.
I was saying that, I'm like, what is happening? I just didn't want to fight with him, so I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't done.
Really? And which library?
Edward.
Oh, cool.
And they just let the other guy in without his card. Are you sure he didn't get a day pass from
No.
the day pass?
No, he just spoke to the person in reception. He said, I just forgot my card. He said, okay, fine.
Really? To be fair, I've been up there loads of times, haven't forgot my card, and they tell me the same things that they tell you.
You know, that guy. He's from our class, I forgot his name. He's from our class.
Oh, really?
And you guys?
And even in clubs, oh sorry.
Racist.
Yeah, or anything. Someone
Or
trying
people are nice. Like,
Never happened when I've been to Leeds,
Mhm.
but when I live in Lancashire,
Okay.
so yeah, the president, some kids, retarded, they really like maybe talk to they trying to say I don't know Chinese or like to Chinese but not Chinese, like we annoying to around you, like to do these things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
One more incident happened, Space Club? The Space
That's
Club.
a horrible club.
I'll tell you what happened when you're gonna laugh.
I've been
Like-
attacked in space. Yeah, carry on.
Like the 7 of us, the guy that was along everyone, when the 7 of us went, he's like, too big group, you're not allowed. I'm like, what? I have the tickets, I have everything, no, you're not allowed. Because you're too big, there are 7 people in the group.
Okay. Was it 7 boys?
No, those girls also.
Okay,
But
because I mean,
They're
like,
all Indian. He's like, you're not going. It doesn't make sense.
that doesn't surprise me. What you said about the library surprises me, but
No, it really happened.
that story about space really doesn't surprise me. Like the
Space.
bouncers
Never went there.
and that club especially is like.
And it's a shit club. It's shit.
Yeah, nobody.
I just left in half an hour from the
Space.
clubs.
and how is it at home, you guys? I mean, have you problems? I mean, if you're, for example, a Pakistani in India, how is life then?
See, it doesn't depend if you're Pakistani, but it depends you're Muslim.
Okay. So if you're a Muslim in India,
It's kind of.
Right.
okay.
But not exactly kind of. See,
Depends on which.
in India they have more educated and uneducated people.
Okay.
Educated people behave properly, but who are uneducated they won't behave properly.
Okay. All right. In China?
Are Chinese racist? Insider?
Not really. I think most of us welcome foreign peoples, but maybe some Chinese will discriminate some Japanese.
Japanese?
What about black people?
No, I think there are many black people working in the southern part here in Guangzhou province, and there are a lot of black people, and they are already in our society.
Okay.
I think UK there's a lot of discrimination for black.
In UK as well?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
If what?
The black people are there. Is discrimination?
If there's racism towards them?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it depends like what area you're in, but there's a lot of, in the media recently, there's like a lot of right-wing extremism, I guess, towards black people, towards like any sort of ethnic minorities, and there's groups like the English Defence League, which is like just a faction of morons basically that want to beat up anyone that's not from this country. So yeah, I don't know if it's the same as like in every, like that thing in Germany, that anti-Muslim
Pegida.
uprising.
Yeah, it's interesting
like
because
East
it's the
Germany.
first time in Germany,
What's
something, it's called Pegida. It's like patriotic Europeans against the.
Western
No,
capacity.
it's like against the Western culture becoming Muslimized.
Yes.
So that's actually the name. And they're basically, but the thing is, it's in Eastern Germany, in Dresden. And the fact is that only in Germany there are 5 million Muslims, especially from Turkey. But in Dresden and in Eastern Germany, whole Eastern Germany, only 0.2% of them live actually there. They're actually, so in Eastern Germany you won't find any Muslims, but this is where the people say, oh, the Muslims are coming.
Yeah.
But in Western Germany, in the south, there were actually in the huge cities like Munich or Cologne, where a lot of Muslims, or Berlin, where a lot of Muslims live, no one has got a problem. It's just idiots. But the thing is, that's also like connected to poverty, to not well-educated people. I think we have all this like stereotypes and prejudice always occur when there is no education, when there is poverty, and you need to blame someone. So yeah, I can't find a job here because there are people from Turkey coming. But yeah, I mean, when they're getting a job because they rather want to do the work the lazy Germans don't want to do. And this is the reason why they're taking away the jobs. And actually, it's just bullshit. But it's not. It's become a media issue in Germany. I think like if you like polls, and 90 or 95% say we don't have a problem. Just come to Germany, and this is a big media issue because I guess that's been the first time in Germany that there is like demonstrations against something like that. But basically, it's more we don't like people coming to Germany and all these European issues you also have in the UK. Like we got a lot of immigrants and all that. Basically.
But I get the impression that you're more tolerant of it than the UK is.
I don't know. I was actually very surprised about how diverse the UK is, because in Germany you see so many like different nations and skin colors and everything here, and all the Indian people, the Sikhs are very present here in England. In Germany you only got like Germans, Turkish people, some Turkish people, and some Russians. So this is not, you can't. There are a lot of the Turkish people are there for hundreds of years, but so long that they speak as good German as I do, and they celebrate Christmas, for example. Most of my Muslim friends, are not Muslim, they celebrate Christmas too with their friends. So I think it's more diverse here, so I can't tell that we're more tolerant. I don't know. I think it hasn't been tested that much.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of, I don't know if it's because it's so diverse, but here there's a lot of like racial hatred.
Okay. Yeah.
What's it like in Lithuania?
I think Lithuanians are quite good because like my parents working in the university, and we are start getting many black people from Cameroon and Congo. I mean Lithuania, when I left, you barely see black person, and now it's like full of them. Like many of them are there, and they always say that they are welcome much more than in Austria or in Ukraine or in Polonia. So think we're okay. Like maybe very old people would look strangely, but nobody would be racist. They would be, I think, more afraid rather than racist. You know? Nobody would go and attack you. It's more just like awkward moment, you know.
Is that not a form of like xenophobia though? Or, like,
Maybe,
is-
maybe. But I
is that
mean,
not
people
racism?
normally you don't have problems with racism. In this area.
No.
I was in Thailand. You have also problems with the Muslims in the south, right? The southern provinces
Yeah.
of Thailand, there's also political issues, right?
Yes, now.
And
But mostly Muslim live in the south, so in the city, in the central parts, there is no problem at all.
okay,
I mean,
okay, all
yeah.
right. Because there aren't any Muslims, or because, for example, Bangkok.
In most people in Bangkok are Buddhist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of like racial tension between any groups of people? Because when I was in Thailand, I got the impression that everybody was just really friendly. I don't know if that's because I was a tourist and I was there spending money. And I just felt like everybody was like really genuine and like really happy. And but is there any sort of problems between groups? Red and yellow shirts.
Actually, yeah. Actually, now the south part of Thailand would like to separate themselves to be their own country or
Okay.
something. Yeah. But Thai people don't want to be like that because we are all Thai. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I know because I don't interest that much.
All right.
So what? Okay, yeah, okay. And in China, everybody's just yeah. So in China, there's no animosity between any groups in China.
That's quite nice.
Is there?
Yeah. Because China may have many groups, and some is from the we call it Xinjiang province, and they are somehow the Islam. It's well taught.
So what Islam?
Yeah, it's Islam. And some is from the Xinjiang province, and they also have other groups. So, in fact, in China, it's very difficult to say how whether areas have.
Yeah. But the media don't try to create any problems between
because
groups.
you know the media is always belongs to the government, and
Yeah.
government asks you to say what, and you must to say what. So it's very interesting. Even is maybe in the news on the TV, the all news will tell you how the country is great, how this country is happy. But when you go to the computer, you will see the internet, you will find all is so bad. It's always like this.
There's another world in the news.
Do you think when it will get to a point where the Chinese government shut down the internet?
Well, I can't understand that at all. Why they block all the foreign informations to Eastern China. But I think it won't work. The information now is so. I think you can't block the information into China. Although you can block some website. For example, we can't access to the Google, Facebook, and YouTube, Twitter, and we have our own social communicate website. But more and more people now to use the software of VPN
Yeah.
and to access the foreign websites. And the government insists on block these websites more and more. But I don't think it will work, and they're causing some conflict. I think.
Yeah, what are they afraid of? I don't get it. I mean,
No, I read an article on this. Basically, they were saying that basically it's all a US-based company. The US government uses Google, Facebook to track your account in your country, to track your details, and China blocks that. Like in fact, whatever you're using now, for example Google, the government can know what's there in your cell, There's a huge article on this. China blocks everything. That's the reason. They don't want the US government to independ the Chinese economy.
But then the Chinese economy, the Chinese government attacked the US government with like industrial
What proof?
espionage.
What proof do they have? You can't prove that's the thing.
No, but like there was an article, we did it about it in debates and controversies. I don't know, was anybody in my seminar? We did about it. Remember that video footage of the when they tried to go up to like a government building, CNN tried to go up to it, and they get like chased out by these guards. There's a building, what's it called? Area 9?
It's 57? 51.
Area 51, I think.
51.
Yeah, which was like the hub of industrial espionage. Something.
The US
If you have a car, want to wait across the building, and the car there runs so fast to chase the car. It was really interesting.
Well, once again, to the Chinese people, what do you think? What are they afraid of? What is the sense of blocking? I mean, you said like this reason, but do you think that? But like you said, I mean, there's other ways to get the information you might be wanting.
Yeah, that's my question as well. I can't understand it at all.
Okay. A good conclusion. Sometimes we can't understand it all.
We still have some chocolate there. Yeah.
Actually, but I want to ask like about editing,